Ever since I was born, Pop had a secret. He wanted to sail the Northwest Passage. We moved on to our boat when I was just a little baby. She was old and a little bit sneaking, but Mommy and Pop knew she had good bones. Once our boat was the fastest around the world, single-handed. There was a lot of work. Pop wanted to make her simple and very strong. It took us 6 years to get her fixed up while we sailed around the Atlantic. I built my own boat too. He's called Quaddy, and I'm towing him the whole way. So we're down the sand, Potsy because it's a little trapped, and then varnish, sparkle varnish.
I see him. He's looking really quite rash.
So funny!
Quite red, quite.
Finally, we sailed north. I was excited, but Mommy and Pop were nervous. Pop said that there would be no summer this year. There was a long way to go. Pop said we had to sail fast because the season was so short. Painted Sentain's bottom along the way. So that's the iceberg. He's getting right on it. That's the E. That's a dolphin, but I messed it up a little bit. But he's getting right on it. And the A is getting right on it. Fish. The N is getting right on the fish. Already there were a lot of icebergs and it was cold.
The anchorage has a bit of a tricky entry today. Someone's gone aground in the channel. Just how Mommy likes it.
The weather looked good, so we sailed north for Greenland. Mommy said it would take about a week to get there. It was very foggy, so we couldn't see the icebergs. Our radar said there was lots all around us. On the last day, the sun came out. So we set the spinnaker and zoomed into Nook. The Nook harbor was very crowded. We sailed north again. Pop said there's no time to rest. We crossed the Arctic Circle. The sun, it never went down, so I didn't have a bedtime anymore. The charts weren't too good. There were lots of rocks, ice, and glaciers. The mountains were really high.
Push, Pop, push. Reel, Dean, reel.
I forgot the name of this that I was eating. Muskox?
Reindeer.
Reindeer. Oh. Yum, yum, yum. Oh. Oh. When we were way up north, we finally stopped. We had to wait for the Northwest Passage to open. My toy boat was lost at sea near Disco Bay, but Pop and I made a new one for the Northwest Passage. Say hi, Pop.
Hey, making our new quadamaran because the other one got lost.
That is right. We rested for a week while the ice broke up. All the Northwest Passage boats waited with us, and I made so many friends. We're all sailing to the Pacific together. Finally, we sailed way out into Baffin Bay. After 2 days, we hit the ice pack. Started off okay, but then it got a little scary. Push through, but she was strong enough for that. We're at just the beginning of the Northwest Passage, and I'm going to do quadamaran. It's kind of rough.
Basically impenetrable fog. Mom's on watch.
The ice was almost blocking Lancaster Sound. Caprivi found the way through.
Finally broke out of the fog and ice. Explorer decided to emerge.
Then we heard there was going to be a big storm. We went to hide in Arctic storm lasted for 7 days. It got super windy. But the big storm was actually a good thing. It blew all the ice away. We finally left Arctic Bay, but it was still rough. And the compass didn't work anymore. Poor Mommy and Pop had a hand steer.
326. This one's saying southeast.
After 3 days, we arrived at Bellot Strait. We saw some sad, hungry polar bears on the beach. Victoria Strait was open, so we zoomed through. Then we arrived at Cambridge Bay. We had just enough time to get fuel. Then it started snowing. We entered the Arctic Ocean.
Because it's blowing a gale, buddy. 142 knots. How's Quadramaran holding?
Good.
In a gale.
Sentijn was going very fast without any sails up. For the weather at Cape Bathurst. It was already September. Mommy and Pop were worried about freeze up. We needed to get down to the Pacific. But the wind was against us, so we sailed with our friends Thindra way up to the ice cap. On Mommy's birthday, we turned south to the Pacific. She was so happy.
What are you doing?
This is the last jerry can on the boat.
made it to Nome. We had a big party. But we weren't finished yet. We still had to cross the Bering Sea. When we got to the Aleutians, it felt like the tropics. There were berries, fish, and brown bears. Pop always told me that the Pacific was his favorite. I can see why. The water is blue and really friendly. Mommy and Pop weren't worried about the ice anymore. The Pacific is gonna be my favorite too. Pop wrote a book about our whole trip. I haven't read it myself, but I think it's gonna be pretty good.